take your farthest right string, which is black, and put it off to the side. And start with this, and you want to do 3 forwards backwards knots. 1, 2, 3. You want to do a backwards forwards knot. And then a forwards backwards knot. And then a backwards forwards knot. Forwards backwards knot. And a backwards forwards knot. Okay, pull your strings down and bunch them up. And then to start on row 12, you're going to do 2 backwards knots and a forward knot. And then 2 backwards forwards knots. One, and 2. A backwards knot and 2 forwards backwards knots. Okay, backwards knot. And one, 2. Alright, bunch up your strings again. Put your farthest right string to the side. And continue on through row 13. Do a forward knot and a backward knot. So a forward knot and a backward knot. And then a forwards backwards knot. Two forwards knots. 2 backwards forwards knot, and a forwards backwards knot. And then just a straight up backwards knot. Okay, now bunch your strings up again. And then start on row 14 by putting this farthest left string to the side. And then 2 forwards knots. One, two, okay, and then a backwards forwards knot, and a forwards backwards, and then a forward and 2 backward knots. So forward knot, and then one, one, 2, and then a backwards forwards knot, alright, bunch your strings up again, put your string off to the side, and start on row 15, the forwards backwards knot, then a backwards forwards knot, forwards, backwards, backwards, forwards, forwards, here we go. Forwards, backwards, backwards, knot, then a forward, forward knot, then backwards forwards, and forward backward, and backward forward knot. Alright, bunch up your strings together again, and row 16. So you can take this string out, put it up the side, and backward knot, backward knot, and 2 backwards forwards knots, and 3 backwards forwards knots. One, two, three, then 2 forwards knots, one, two, and a backwards forwards knot. Alright, bunch up your strings and put your farthest right string to the side. And start on row 17. You do a forwards knot, a backwards forwards knot, and 3 forwards backwards knots. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And a backwards forwards knot, and a forwards backwards knot, and then a forwards knot. Alright, bunch up your strings, put your farthest left string off to the side, and start on row 18. Backward knot. Forward knot. Backward forward knot. Forward backward knot. Backward knot. And then forward knot. Then a backwards forwards knot. And lastly, a forward knot. Pull your bunch your strings up again. Put your farthest right string off to the side. And row 19. Forward knot. Forward, backward knot. Forward, backward knot. Forward knot. Backward knot. Alright, so for these final 3 pairs on this row, you want to do a backwards forwards knot, a forwards backwards knot, and a backwards forwards knot. Alright, and you want to bunch up your strings again. And for the final row, you want to take your farthest right string, put it off to the side, and do a forward, backward knot, forward knot, and backwards forward knot. And a forward knot. Forwards, backwards knot. And 3 forwards knots. One, 2, 3. Okay, so there you have it, the final product. Should look something like this. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.